start with the first round. So on Team Shady, we see Sova, Brimstone, Raze, Breach, and Viper. On Team Zioto, we see Sova, Brimstone, Viper, Sage, and Breach. I think it's kind of interesting that Team Shady did not bring a Sage, so they don't really have any sort of healing ability. I feel like Sage is not only a good healing operator, but she also has a lot of time denial. But I guess you kind of replace the time denial with the Viper.
Poison orb emitting. Poison's off.
You see Viper put a line straight out into the B site, and they start collapsing hard and instantly trade.
Poison orb emitting.
Shady's just kind of holding down mid with Viper, putting out her poison orb, while the fight continues to happen on B. She starts to rotate because nobody's at mid, but I don't think she realizes this. And now she starts pushing towards the ramen area, picks up her poison orb, and I'm curious to see if she actually flanks two showers. And it doesn't matter because they killed everybody.
That monk thinks she's an angel. Let's clip her wings.
Yeah, putting one on the rotate right there, not the worst idea, just in case that one person goes to plant B by themselves and tries to clutch around this post-plant scenario. Especially when you've already got 4 on that A side.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like we're seeing kind of the same setup here by the defense. They have one hold on A, one at A ramp, one just outside of B, or two just outside of B. And it looks like, again, they're just going for a straight slugfest as Raze gets 2 with their grenades. And they just stave off the attack, and they have to regroup. They're going through the A sewers right now. They're going to rappel up and head straight to A. There is one person in the back of A right now. Lots of noise. Straight sprinting. Gets taken out A ramp. Trying to get the ramp. You have Sage left, and she gets taken out. And that's a flawless by Shady. They're just kind of steamrolling at the moment. But it's early round. There's not much of an economy to be built. So it's really coming down to the aim training, the ability usage, and the persistence to try to take these rounds until economy is built up and you're running your phantoms, your vandals, your operators, what have you. Viper's already setting up her wall. It looks like she knows exactly where she wants this to be.
Deploying drone.
Smokes come out.
Toxins going up.
Clearing out!
Although Viper's gonna hold this Sova, he's about to cross his line of sight. Sova has no idea. He gets taken out by Viper.
Gunner.
And now you have a 1v3. And the the attackers take that one. And we have 2-1.
There's definitely a change of pace to see Shady taking an early lead and then falling off afterwards. Not to say that they're necessarily falling off because it's been one round, but so far they've been playing for the early econ and then the late advantage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smoke's down.
And we're kind of at a standstill here. Everybody's kind of checking their angles. Dirk's gonna pick off Shady. That's the Viper off the board. And that's a lot of denial taken away. Ray's gonna take somebody with her rocket
Our spike
launcher.
carrier's dead.
And Sage is gonna be taken out by the shotgun and A sewers.
Taken out.
Shit. But Jacko does have the diffuser down, and he knows it. He knows they
Revealing
can't
area.
plant. But he gets revealed and picked off. And speaking of economy, so you had Zioto up by 2, I believe. It was 2-0. You get the extra econ for losing 3 in a row. Is it worth taking the 1 round just to get the round, or do you lose it and pick up more money so you can have a better advantage? He gets 3, and they just absolutely shut down that rush. So now you see the defenders up 4-1. That's Team Shady against Zioto. Shady is in the lead at the moment.
Shady Money really living up to the name and earning that econ every
They
single
keep
game
clawing at
they're
our
playing.
wall. Pathetic.
Yeah, I have to commend them. They are doing really well economy-wise. Although I do think it's interesting that Shady is almost consistently bringing the judge. It's an interesting weapon choice.
Nowhere to run! No more. Shock dart. Revealing area.
Now we're back to an even 3v3, kind of stalling out. Attackers going up A ramp, trying to decide where they're going to go. Jacko jumps onto the ice that was provided by Sage, and he's just kind of holding flank. It looks like they're going to try to collapse onto A in due course.
Off your feet!
He's trying to sheriff, but Fappy ends up getting him. Off your feet. That's Breach, correct?
Yes, that's Breach's ultimate.
Brimstone is the Hellfire.
Cut him down.
So the off your feet is the ultimate.
It's a lot bigger. It's the same as the concussion, but it's just a lot bigger. Covers a
Yeah,
lot
it's
more ground.
huge.
Yeah, he gets 3 stuns essentially. A flash thing, a concussion wave, and then an earthquake.
Very strong.
He's actually going to do a good bit of damage with that arrow, and he's going to take out Sage. There's still 2 more in the garage unless they decide to rotate
Deploy
out.
for
Hellfire gets called out, forcing them to rotate to the back of the garage, and they're just gonna wait for that out, and they're gonna re-push.
Reveal.
Molly, prepare for hellfire. Toasted.
And I don't think they were aware that Molly was down because they ran through it and lost 2 to it, and because of it, they lost the round. So right now on Shady, we have Fappy with 10, Twitchy with 8, Otter with 8, Kurt with 5, Shady with 3, and then on Zioto we got Jacko with 6, Derg with 5, Spark with 2, Mexico on 1, and Deglida with not a single kill yet. 8 rounds in.
Revealing area.
Molly.
We got a 1v5 right now. It's looking pretty heavily decided for this round.
Silence.
Although he is not going to go down without a
Revealing
fight. He
area.
takes down 2. He makes it a 1v3, but he is very lit on HP, and he goes down. But with that, he got to take down some of the economy of 2 other players on the opposing team. And we've got a 6-2 split with Shady in the lead. And it looks like Shady actually picked up the Odin. We have 4 Vandals and 1 Odin. I'm kind of excited. And I really like that he's going to go mid. I feel like he's just going to wait for that wall to go down, and he's just going to spray.
Don't get in my way.
And that explains why he brought the Odin.
Nowhere to run.
Smoke's down.
They are all... Oh, Viper takes a lot of damage in mid. She loses her ult, and she gets taken down from Asurus from the other Viper. And now we've got a 2v2.
Revealing area.
He's gonna try to get the plant down,
Spike plant.
but gets immediately taken out. And they're gonna start defusing, and Viper's trying to rotate in, but she gets smoked. She runs through, doesn't know where they are, and gets taken out, and that's the round. Shady Money takes up another round. Yeah, I think Zioto had the time to kind of reconvene and be able to play together as a team, but pushing that 1v potentially 2 wasn't the play, especially when you're planting and becoming defenseless. You need to have your teammate watching your back.
Revealing area.
You see Twitch just outside on Heaven, waiting for them to push down through A ramp into A. And he gets one, gets immediately refragged.
Off your feet.
Don't get in.
And Viper tries to ult in A site, gets taken out as soon as she calls it. And Fappy with the 4K, saving his team for the round. I hear knifing the blue barrier actually gives you good luck, and that's why you see Fappy doing that so much right now. Is he's trying to get his good luck. Prepare for hellfire! So he can get his kills that he needs. And oh, for a second I thought Shady got that kill with the op through the smoke. That would have blown my mind. And we see 9-2 Shady money ahead in the final round of the half. I wonder if they realized it or if one of the agents actually called out, hey, we left the spike down in spawn. Blinding! Prepare for hellfire! Flash out! Blasting!
Nowhere to run!
Oh, and he's gonna hit Brimstone. Brimstone rotates out of Ace Sewers, coming back up to join his team. They continue their push straight into A. There's a fight on A ramp. He gets him. That's the operator off the board. Fappy goes down. Smoke's about to come out. Smoke's come out. Blocking line of sight. Spike goes down. He gets revealed. They're fighting in heaven. They take out one. Raze takes out the Glida.
Now we have a 2v2 post-playing situation.
Down.
And now it comes down to 1v1. You have Durg in heaven as the attacker. And he gets taken out by Sova or Kurt. And he gets the defuse off. And Deglida is really struggling. And it actually seems like a lot of Zyoto is struggling right now. As you have 2 players with 11 kills, Durg and Jacko. And then you have 3 players who don't have combined, they have 7 kills.
Yeah, I think when you're attacking on this map, you need to pull away with at least 4, if not 5 wins to make it a competitive match. Now they really have to work out from this next half.
Sova's already prepping his arrow. He wants to figure out how many people are going to be holding that B shower side.
They both had their arrows out, as Jacko and Kurt. No one released one. Let's see what's going on. It seems like he's prepping it still.
That's because prep phase isn't over yet.
Time runs down.
And the
2
arrows
come
almost
down.
collide mid-air. Pistol round's always my favorite.
I have seen one of his arrows connect to someone's foot before.
I was there. That was a good shot.
It was my foot.
Molly. The defenders are going to try to slow down the push from Garage. They put a Molly and a Viper goo. I don't know what that's called, but they goo off the shower or the Garage.
We'll be on board here with Durg as he's rotating back to heaven. We're going to switch off. I thought someone was going to push mid. We'll stay here with Spark for a second. Spark's falling off. We'll go back. We'll hit Fappy as he starts his attack. Has the classic pistol out. That's an interesting. Usually you see players buy a Ghost first round.
You see Otter and Fappy both kind of pushing up towards heaven. Looking for the take on that B site. It gets smoked off. They push down. They see Sova. They take it out. They get flanked from behind, but again, gets taken out by the classic pistol nonetheless. spike gets planted on the default box.
Grenades come
And now you
flying
have a
out.
2v4 for the defuse. It's not looking good.
Dirk gets one, Spark gets the other. Now it's a 2v2. Winnable situation here. But do they know where they're at? On board here with Spark as he pushes out. They do not know they're to the right. One in chat, one in garage. Starting the defuse. Is he able to get a 360? Cook gets one.
He's not able to get him, but he's going to get taken out. They had a really good split set there. And I think if the defenders had been a little bit more aggressive with their take there, they could have taken that one.
In a 2v2 situation like that, would you sacrifice one of them for a defuse? Why wouldn't you swing both? Seemed like our defenders there decided to have the Viper swing and have one player try to defuse the spike. And that allowed the guy from garage to push out, as well as Kurt to apply pressure on Viper.
Yeah, at that point, it comes down to your gun skill. You have field out frag.
Flash comes out mid here. Shady gets one. Oh, that glider close with the shotgun gets one, but Fappy with the immediate reflag. Spark gets a
Now we've got
steam
a
kill.
3v3. Man counts even. The attackers look like they're gonna set up for an A take.
Get on.
Sage doing Sage things. She gets the heal off on her teammate, bringing Viper back to full.
Go on board with Savvy here as they start to push towards A ramp. Viper pushing out in front of him.
Smoke's down.
Savvy decides to put down some smokes.
Smoke's down.
Fappy rotates out. Shady gets one in heaven. Brimstone pushing in. Gets killed from hell.
Oh, runs out of ammo.
Immediate reflag. Viper, you have one goal here. Just protect your teammate while the spike gets planted, and she's able to do that. 2v1 post-plant situation here.
You see Jacko being cautious, kind of slowly peeking his corners, re-peeking, making sure there's nobody that he's missing. Gets the headshot off on Shady, and now it's a 1v1. Does he know where the last guy is? He knows he's not in the back right corner. He is in the back right corner, but he gets taken out. He loses the gunfight. And the attackers take another round, making it 12-2, match point. Shady money coming up strong here. And I've got to say, the Glide has gotten 2 kills in the past 14 rounds. And same with Mixiolko. If they want to stay in this, they've got to step it up.
Let's go!
Fappy ults mid, but it's ice walled off, so he's not going to get a lot. He's going to pick off stage. There's one more in the rappel rope. He's going to push him with a classic pistol. He's going to get taken out by Heaven. And then the person in Heaven, Dirk, is going to get just one, and then he gets the second, and now it's a 3v1 on the defender's side. They have the advantage. If they can just hold their sight, they can take this. But Sova's all alone in B. I don't believe he has the diffuser. He doesn't. Diffuser's down in mid. He's going to peek Heaven, and he's going to lose the fight to the other Sova, Jacko. And so they stay in it for another round, still match point. They have to win 10 rounds in a row in order to walk away from this as a winner. It's not impossible, but it's going to be an uphill battle for sure. You see the attackers, they're setting up for kind of a split push here. You have 3 over by B side. They actually dropped the diffuser towards their spawn. I don't know if that was miscommunication or what, but none of the attackers have the diffuser. They're just kind of leaving it. Maybe they're saying, hey, we have better guns. We have better gun skill. We're going to kill everybody on the other team. We don't need a plant. But it looks like Sova's actually going to pick that up, and they now have the diffuser.
Everyone coming crashing down mid, now into heaven. But they took B site
And
pretty
there's
easily.
nobody in B. But they are by the connector, and they're gonna take out two.
One in shower dead. Shady gets killed. Hellfire comes
The
down.
Hellfire comes out. Is he gonna get anywhere with it? I believe he dealt some damage, but not enough.
Poison's off.
And you have Shady's ult. He's gonna get taken out. Viper's ult is gone. 3v1 situation, 3v2 situation, and it ends with a 2v0 situation. They go for the defuse. And again, Zioto stays in. It's not in their favor, but they're making the best of what they've got, and they're making quite the comeback.
It's a very interesting ult choice there, being up 12-3. You only have the sheriff. It limits your line of sight for the other team, but as soon as you push in through there, you don't
But you
have a
have to
weapon.
imagine they have a bit of desperation going through their minds right now, and they're trying to make anything out of nothing. Smokes come down in mid. They're gonna spray wildly through it, hoping to get a free pick, but they're not gonna get anything. Pappy's gonna shoot at a wall that you can't actually shoot through.
Don't tell him that.
Nowhere to run!
Raises bot alert to someone near repel.
And it looks like they're setting up for a garage take. They have a one-way sage wall up. They get rid of it. But they also get spotted at the same time by Sova's arrow. They know where the push is coming from. They're slightly reacting to it, throwing out some slow orbs. They have somebody watching heaven.
However, our attackers are rotating through mid right now. It looks like they're going to be going sewer and back over to A. No one's sitting on A as the Viper's starting to rotate over here as we go on board with Spark. Sitting there with the operator, not the ideal person you want being the first person onto the site. However, let's see what you can do.
Oh, he just misses him. But he can hold the A ramp here if his teammates can rotate to heaven. But he's going to push that like he has a real gun and not the operator, and he's going to get taken out. And now he has to just rely on his teammates to win this, and that's going to be game as they can't do it. Fappy with 2 at the end there. The GGs come out, and that's Shady advancing to the next round.
Now as we look at this post-game report, go ahead and stand by for about 10 minutes. We'll go ahead and get the other game launched up and go. Yes.
I gotta say, Fappy had the game of his life. 27 kills, 6 deaths. The 106 econ rating, and 3 first bloods.
He's having the game of his life the past 3 games in a row. Like, he has been playing phenomenal.